totally green because of the reflection. Mike.
Taking a video?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I'm here to talk about apples. Now, let's just talk about it. What's unusual about apples compared to, let's say, a steak? Well, let's see. An apple, you can just pick from a tree, right? Pretty simple. And then you know what you do with it next? You eat it. Look, it fits in your hand almost perfectly. Amazing, right? It's almost like your hands were made for the apple, or maybe the apple was made for your hands. Now let's talk about a steak. Well, first you need to find a cow. Might take you a while because they actually move. They don't stand still like apples. So first find a cow. Try to find it conveniently located to a place where you can kill it and where you can process it, because if you kill it, let's say out in the field, it's going to be pretty hard to get it back to the butcher because they tend to weigh a little bit more than an apple. So let's say you happen to find the cow and it happens to be near a place where you can slaughter it. You're going to have to try to kill it in a way where it doesn't try to fight back. So you better get a really big knife, maybe about that big, because their necks are about, I don't know, 18 to 20 inches wide. And when you try to start cutting their head off, blood tends to fly. And they don't tend to be the cleanest animals in the world. So you better make sure you get rid of the flies and try to get the feces away that might have been where they were walking. Once you cut its head clean off, you need to then take probably a chainsaw to cut open its entire body. And you need to take out all its intestines. And since cows weigh generally around 1,200 pounds, usually their intestines and their inner organs are probably going to weigh close to 300 pounds. So you might want to get a shovel too, so you can take it out of them. By the way, I just ate about 50 apples before we did all that. And I feel great. And apples give you the water and nutrients that you need. But anyway, back to making that steak. So, oh yeah, that's funny. These things, these apples, they tend to go really well with your teeth. You can actually mash them up pretty easily. Cows tend to have bones, and bones are quite tough. You ever see a dog, a really big dog, chewing on a bone, usually for a couple hours, just to break it in half? Well, you can probably bite this apple in half with one bite, and it actually cleans your teeth as you bite it. Because when you bite the apple, it kind of takes the plaque off your teeth. It gives you better breath. Back to the cow. If you're eating the steak, it's got blood and
bacteria.
Blood. Oh yeah, blood. You know those vampire movies that kind of freak you out because people have blood on their face? Well, it's not juice. When your mom said the steak is juicy, it's not juicy, it's bloody. That's right, it's blood. My wife's holding the camera. Sorry, it's shaking. Okay.
I'm laughing.
Okay, listen. Wait, no. We're still comparing apples to steaks. Okay. So where was I? Oh yeah, so you got a shovel and you took out its intestines. And you took out its feces in the intestines. It's probably smelling really badly about now. And by the way, its head is still on the side of the butcher block. I don't know what you're going to do with the head. You might have to go dig a grave site with the shovel so you can bury it before it starts becoming rancid and smelling. Oh, God. By the way, cows are social animals, and you might have taken a mother or a brother or a son or a daughter away from another family. And when you do that, you hurt other animals, not just the animal that you killed. So if you're eating a steak right now and you didn't slaughter the animal, you didn't contribute, you directly hired somebody to kill and slaughter that animal and destroy a family. So I'm a compassionate person. If you like animals, if you like dogs, if you like cats, if you like birds, you like nature, but you have leather pocketbooks, you have leather shoes, and you're eating meat, I don't know who you're fooling, but you're not really that compassionate. And it's time to open up your level of consciousness and start thinking about these instead of that steak. These taste good too. And if you eat a lot of them, you'll probably end up liking them more than the steak, like I do. I used to eat steak, I grew up on it. Yeah, it tastes good, but it doesn't feel good morally, ethically, consciously. It's not good for your health. I think that's proven. Just read any health magazine, watch the news. Flesh is not necessary. It's not good for the planet. It's not good for you. This little apple here that fits in my hand perfectly. Gives me all the water I need, the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals. It grows from a tree and the tree isn't killed or harmed. The tree wants you to eat this apple. The seeds are inside. You know the seeds are bitter? They're bitter for a reason, because the tree wants you to spit them out. When you pick an apple and you walk away from the tree and you eat the apple maybe 5 or 10 miles or 100 miles away, you're spreading the seeds of the tree. The tree is planting new offspring and using you as the mode of transportation to spread it out. When trees are planted, erosion doesn't happen in the soil. You make oxygen in the air, you take carbon dioxide out of the air. Apple trees can live for hundreds of years, and each season they produce thousands and thousands of apples. Look how pretty they are. They're perfect. They're beautiful. The most expensive paintings in the world are pictures of fruit. Your eye is attracted to the color. It smells good. It's refreshing. And this is just an apple. Do you have any idea how many fruits there are in the world? There's unlimited fruits in the world. There's fruits that are being created right now through evolution and through grafting that people have never tried before. Fruit is life's and Earth's and humans' perfect food in a perfect package. Doesn't spoil. This is more than saran wrap. This is more than refrigeration. This is evolution of life over millennia and eons. And most people don't even ever have an apple more than, I don't know, once a week or once a month. These poor kids that eat these school lunches, they have applesauce. It's not applesauce. It's some kind of retarded creation to preserve these things so they can be sold in mass quantities and they can be put on stock shelves for years. Eat fresh food from the earth. It's so simple. Why is this inspirational to you? Why do you think that what I'm saying is so divine? It's common sense. If you think what I'm saying makes a revelation in your mind, that is just showing yourself how distorted your thinking is. If you think what I'm saying is so spectacular and so genius, it's not. If you really believe that what I'm saying is so incredible, that means that your level of consciousness about your diet is so sick. You need to change your thinking about how you see food, and you need to eat more of these. Now, I'm not saying that steak doesn't smell good on a grill, but so does perfume. But I don't want to drink perfume. When I smell perfume, I can enjoy the smell. Associate things that smell good with just the fact that they can smell good. Associate food with your health. All right, guys. Apples in season all year round because we've got things called transportation. The Pacific Northwest in the United States, they produce apples all year round. There's dozens and dozens of varieties of apples, and they really taste different. They're like a different fruit. Get out there, get the best fruit that money can buy. Don't worry about your 401k or retirement plan. Make this your retirement plan. Make your health your retirement plan. If you're healthy at 75 years old, you could be working 9 to 5, and you could be doing better than the guys who are 25 years old eating fast food and crap. Invest in your health. That's the #1 thing that you need to do.
Sounds good.